Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So as you guys can see from the title of today's video, today is going to be a review and demo on the new KYSHADOWS palette by Kylie Cosmetics. This is called the Bronze palette. This is what it looks like. Packaging killer. Palette adorable. So what I'm going to be doing is going over each shade, what I think about each shade, how it works, how pigmented it is, how powdery it is, what I think about it, and then I'm also going to be doing the demo on the eyes. So the review part is going to be first and the demo part is going to be second. So I will put exactly where the demo part starts right here. So you can just fast forward to this time if you want to just see the demo and not the review. That's all good, but I'm going to be doing the review first. Just a heads up before I even get started on today's video. This was not sent to me. I bought this myself, and not only did I buy it myself, I bought it on eBay because I could not buy it online. It was sold out so quickly. I bought it on eBay for $100. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. I'm fucking crazy. I just really wanted to try it out. I wanted to know how it was. I wanted to review it and see if it was worth the $42 that it retails for. So this is gonna be my opinion on the palette. And if you're looking for me to bash on Kylie and her brand, this is not the video for you. I'm not gonna bash on her whatsoever. I know a lot of people want to just believe that she creates terrible products, but honestly, dude, like what? She's 19. She has a multi-million-dollar company. She's killing it at 19. How many people can say they're killing it at 19? Not that many. So instead of bashing on her, let's just think about that. Again, she's a young woman, she's 19, she's created this cosmetic company, it boomed right away. So of course there's gonna be some hiccups and mistakes throughout the line, but that's just what it is. People grow and people learn, and that's just how a cosmetic brand works. Sometimes you're gonna have shitty ass mistakes with your brand, and sometimes you're gonna kill it. So that's just kind of what it is. That's just my opinion. I don't think people should be bashing on anyone's cosmetics brand just because they made one mistake or one mishap or made one bad product. That's just how it is for all brands. So if you're looking for me to bash this palette, this is not the video for you. I'm not gonna bash it. I'm just gonna give my honest opinion and honest feedback of what I thought about the shadows and how they applied on the eyes. I am wearing the entire palette, all 9 shades on my eyes right now. So let's go ahead and get into this review. As always, if you guys don't like this video, if you guys don't like me, please don't fucking watch it. You know the drill with that. But if you guys do like this video and you guys learned something today, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you aren't already. And if you're new, what's up? I'm Randy MUA and welcome to my channel. Thank you guys for being here. And yeah, let's go and get into this review and demo portion of the video. So let's go ahead and review this bad boy now. This is the packaging. Let me show you the box that it comes with and the little card. It comes with this super cool card that does this like really cool flip with the eye. It opens and closes. I love the card that it comes with. And this is the packaging it comes with. It's like this cool little bronze metallic finish on the sides of the palette, and it comes like this and just goes like that. It has this really cool bronze metallic effect on the eyes as the tears. I think it looks absolutely amazing. You clever bitch. I just think the packaging is actually quite amazing. I truly do, and I think that it's very clever, and kudos to Kylie Cosmetics for coming up with such a cool packaging concept. I actually love it. The only thing I will say about the packaging that I don't like is that it just says Kylie here and it doesn't have a mirror. I think that having a mirror in a palette is really essential, especially for people that are on the go and really do need a mirror like when they're getting ready. So I think that having just the word Kylie definitely isn't enough. I think that a mirror is definitely necessary, especially because the palette is $42, and I'm like, you can definitely spend the extra cash that it takes to put a mirror in all these palettes. So that's the only thing about the packaging that I don't like, is that it doesn't have a mirror. But other than that, I think it's so sleek, it's so beautiful. It has little Kylie XO on the back. I know you probably can't see it on camera, but it's like a really cool foiled finish on the back, and it shows you every single name of the palette. It's very similar to my palette in that way, and this is basically the exact same component as my palette with Makeup Geek. It's pretty funny. So we open it up and we get to the shades. You get 9 colors and you get 7 mattes and 2 shimmers. And when I say shimmers, I mean it's a very subtle shimmer. It's not a bold, intense shimmer at all. It's not a metallic finish. It's a very just subtle shimmer, a sheen. That's kind of what I mean by shimmer. So we're gonna go one by one and just say what we think about these shades. So I'm gonna be just swatching with my finger and with a brush, and let's begin. So the first shade is the shade Jasper, and it is a beautiful bone white shade. This could honestly be one of my favorite shades in the entire palette. It's absolutely stunning. It's a really beautiful white that has like a subtle cream finish. It's matte, it's very creamy, it's actually very blendable. This one has a little bit of kickback with the powder, but it's not intense whatsoever, and I think this is honestly one of the best shades in the entire palette. It's beautiful. Okay, what is next? So next shade is Quartz, and this is a very pretty champagne shade. It's one of the 2 shimmers in the palette. This one, I feel, does need some work in the palette. I don't think this gives off enough color. It's a really pretty shade, but it is such a subtle sheen that it could almost be matte. It's definitely not shiny enough. Personally, I just don't think it has a big enough shine to be called like a shimmer at all. I think it just has a very subtle sheen. It's a very just like, it's very, very subtle. And this one I just don't think is very pigmented either. It's much more of a powdery shade. So that's what I think about Quartz. The next shade is Topaz. This is a really pretty mid-tone cool brown. And this one is actually really pigmented. So I do like that. I think it's a little bit powdery and I think it can be a little bit patchy. Very buildable color though. The next shade is the shade Goldstone. This one is the second shimmer in the palette. I would say this shade is a nice golden bronze. It is beautiful. This is what I actually have on my lid right now. But it is just, again, not that pigmented. I don't think that it does give off a really intense color payoff. It's just a very light sheen on the eye. If you're into it, like a nice subtle sheen, and if you're not the type of person that loves a really bold, intense, metallic eye, this is totally the shadow for you. It's not intense whatsoever. It's just gonna give you a nice subtle sheen for the lid. Nothing crazy at all, nothing crazy. The next shade is the shade Citrine, or Citrin, I don't freaking know. Is a really pretty, just pale orange shade. It's gonna be a nice transition shade. I actually have this all over my crease right now, going on with a brush. It does apply very nicely on the eyes and it blends very, very, very well. It is definitely a nice pigmented orangey type shade. You're gonna definitely get a nice color payoff when you're putting this into the crease. As you can see, it's almost like my most prominent shadow in the crease because it is so pigmented. So I definitely do like the shade Citrine, or the frick it's called, and it does work really well on the eyes. Especially if you have color eyes, it's gonna make your eyes pop. So the next shade we have is the shade Tiger Eye, which is a nice matte transition shade, and this is a nice medium maple kind of brown. It's a very warm, neutral transition. This is another shadow that with a brush applies it very, very, very nicely on the lid, especially like a blending fluffy brush. It looks really nice. This one is another one of my favorites of the palette. I just think this is a really, really, really pretty shade. It does have some kickback, but it's not terrible, and I can definitely work around it when the color is really, really beautiful. So I definitely like this shade for sure. The next shade is the shade Hematite, which is a beautiful color. The color itself is absolutely stunning. This is a nice reddened brown. It's almost like a red brick from MAC. This one is the most powdery of all of them. It has a lot of kickback. I did use it in today's look, and it does look absolutely beautiful on the lid. It's on the outer corner out here. Just kind of warms everything up and gives it more of a reddened tone. When you're putting it on with a brush in the eye, it does look beautiful. Next is the shade Bronze Eye, which is a nice dark chocolatey brown. I like this color a lot actually. It's a beautiful darkened brown. It literally looks like dark chocolate. It's another matte shade, and it does have the same kind of kick up as the other shades do, but it's not severe by any means. This one I think is really, really, really pretty, and I can definitely see myself using this one a lot more just to really define the outer corner. That's what I did today in today's look. I defined the outer corner with this one, and I do think this is a really nice shadow. Last but not least, actually last but least, ooh, that sounds terrible. The last shade is the shade Obsidian, which is the black shade. In my opinion, one of the most disappointing shadows. This is a black shade, but I don't think that it's pigmented at all. I definitely think that this shadow can use a lot more work. It's a black, yes, but it almost comes off as gray. I don't know, it has like a lot of blue tone to it, a lot of gray tones to it. I just think that a matte black should definitely be black. I don't think that it should be patchy or gray. I think that should definitely be a black. So of all the shadows in the palette, I think that the black definitely needs the most work. I used it as my eyeliner today, and it took me about 3 layers to actually get it pigmented enough where it would look like a cool like shadow liner. So that kind of annoys me. I want it to be like a one and done pigmented enough for that, but it wasn't, sadly. So I definitely don't think that shadow is really that great. Okay, so now what I think about it, is it worth it? Is it worth the purchase? So this is $42. Do I think that this palette is worth $42? No, I don't. Sadly, I don't think it's worth $42. The packaging is absolutely amazing. You can create some super cute looks with this palette, but I don't think that's diverse enough to where I would justify spending $42 on it. For example, you can buy a Morphe 35O palette and it's like 25 bucks, and you can do the exact same look as this with a Morphe 35O, you know what I mean? So I have a specific like criteria about shadows I like to use and I use often, and whether or not I would actually purchase them, because I am a beauty YouTuber. This is what I do full time, and I've experimented with a lot of shadows and a lot of different products because the palette to me is not what I like enough to spend $42 on it. So if you're the type of person that loves all mattes, that like loves a bronze palette, who thinks that you'll use this palette every single day because it is so everyday appropriate, then definitely spending $42 on this palette is definitely worth it for you. But for me personally, I don't think it's worth the $42. I think the colors are beautiful and I think that you can create such a nice look with them, but I don't think you can create a lot of looks with them. So yeah, that's just my opinion. That's my review on this part. So let's go and get into the eye demo portion of this video. Okay, cool, so let's get started on the tutorial portion of today's look. I have everything on. My face is completely beat to the fucking ground, and so I'm gonna go ahead and do just the eyes on camera because this is going to be a KYSHADOW review only. And yeah, let's go and get started with this tutorial. Okay, cool, so just so you guys know, my eyes are primed and everything is on just how I should be normally. We're gonna grab a Morphe E27, which is a normal, just casual, fluffy blending brush. We're gonna take a mixture of citrine and a tiger eye, and then we're just going to take that into the crease. I'm noticing right away, as soon as I'm tapping on the brush, there is powder that comes up, but with most palettes, shadows are powdery consistency, so powder is gonna come up, so I understand. I get it. So I'm gonna put this into the crease and see how they blend. The blendability, man. It is there. It is there, child. Oh yeah, dude. They're pigmented, like on the eyes. I wish that there was a lighter transition color, but you know what? It's all good. We can make these work. You just have to blend it a little bit more and a little bit longer. I'm gonna take a little packing brush. This is the Morphe R42, which comes out soon. And I'm gonna pat. Oh my god, this shadow's nice. Jasper. And oh, this is creamy as hell. So I'm gonna put that on the brow bone to highlight. It's a really pretty creamy bone shade. So this is what you should have so far. Super easy to blend shadows, honestly, on the eyes. They blend pretty freaking easily. I'm impressed. I'm fucking impressed. I think I'm gonna take the shade Goldstone, which is a shimmer in this palette. There's only 2 shimmers. There's honestly like no kickback with powder with this shade, which is nice. The mattes had a little bit more like kickback with powder, but honestly it's not that bad, so I loaded it onto the brush. Let's see how it looks swiping first. Yeah, it's not foiled or metallic in it by any means. It's a shimmer. It's definitely not an intense shade at all. Okay, cool. So this is what you should have so far. I'm gonna try to use as many colors as I can from this palette just so I can say that I did. So now I'm gonna go in with the shade Hematite, which is the nice warm. Oh, that's a lot of that is a lot of kickback. There's a lot on that one. That one is much more of a powdery shade, as you can see. So I'm gonna take that on the Morphe M433. That's gonna go on the outer corner. Yes, it's powdery as hell, but pigmentation is there. There's no denying. There's no fucking denying. The pigmentation is there, dude, for sure. So this color is, it's doing naughty things to my eyes and I like it. Go ahead and blend that out with an E27. See how this color blends. Nice, that color blends pretty. Cool, so what it should look like now. So now I'm gonna take a Morphe E36 and I'm gonna take the shade Bronzite. I love that all these names are so like earthbender, you know? Very Avatar. This one's a pretty shade. I think it's gonna look nice. So I'm gonna put that on the outer corner. Just packing it on nicely on the outer corner to give me some outer corner definition. Packed on very nicely. It's very, very pigmented, so I'm liking that. Taking that M433, just wiping off the excess product, I'm gonna go ahead and try to blend out that nice warm Bronzite shade. Blends out very nicely. So I have a lot of shades on right now, so now I'm gonna go ahead and tight line with the black shadow to give me a nice just like wing appearance. I try to quickly grab an angled brush and I'm gonna grab the black shadow. Okay, so we're just gonna go ahead and tight line with this. So the shadow, it's kind of coming across as like a darker brown. It doesn't really look as black as I want it to be. It's definitely not as black as I was thinking it was going to. I thought it was gonna be a little bit darker. Make a subtle little shadowing. You guys know I live for a shadowing. You guys fucking know I live for that shit. Let's shadowing this bitch out. Okay. So it should look something like this. Okay, great. So we have these shadow wings on. This is what it looks like. So honestly, it's been smooth sailing until we got to the black shade. I think the black shade definitely needs a lot of work. It's not pigmented enough by any means. In my personal opinion, I really had to build like maybe 3 layers to get it to this color. I don't know, it's kind of patchy, but if you build it, you can definitely get it to a nice opaque layer, but it did take me a little bit of building to get there. So I think I'm gonna make this bad boy pretty smoky. I'm gonna smoke it out down on the lower lash line as well. I'm gonna take the Ardency in Smooth Right Supercharged Gel Liner. This is my favorite eyeliner for the waterline. Jacqueline told me about this eyeliner a while back and she let me use it when I was at her house. And it's literally one of the best eyeliners I've ever used ever. Ardency has beautiful products. I just became an affiliate with them. If I don't say so myself, their products are fucking bomb. But yeah, you can use the code MANYMUA if you want to save 15% off their stuff. I'm going to take the E36, blend out the black gel liner before it dries. Luckily, this liner is extremely creamy. So you have a good amount of leeway time before you have to make sure that it's blended out, which is nice. I'm going to take the shade Topaz, and that's going to be blended underneath my lash line. This is a nice cool toned brown. I'm also going to bring in a little bit of the shade Hematite to make it nice and warm, making sure that there's a nice blend between the black gel liner and the shadows. So we have a nice blended smoky eye. Pretty, dude. Okay, cool. I'm gonna finish the other eye real quick. Okay, cool. So I put on a pair of House of Lashes Iconic Lashes to go with this look. I thought it would go really well because it does flare out at the ends, and I think this look just collectively flares out at the end. I was just gonna keep my look at this, but I really want to try to use every single shade. So I'm gonna take the shade Quartz, which is a like very soft champagne shimmer, very soft, and so I'm gonna put that on the inner corner of my eye just so we can. This has some kickback to it, but not as bad. It's a little powdery, but we can definitely get through it. And so we're gonna put that in the inner corner. Honestly, I don't even know if this will make a difference at all, because this shadow is very subtle. A little bit on the brow bone, just very little at the top point. Okay, cool. So this is the final look. Let me zoom you guys in to see what it looks like up close. Awesome, so the eyes are done. I'm going to finish off with the lips really quickly. I'm going to take the Urban Decay lip liner in the shade Stark Naked. I've been really loving this lip liner recently, so I'm going to just lip line my lips really quickly. Pretty subtle overdraw today. Nope, I thought it was going to be subtle, but it just went there. We went there, yeah. So I'm just gonna outline the perimeter of my lips and just kind of slightly fill it in. And then I'm gonna go in with another first impressions, also from Kylie Cosmetics. So I bought the palette on eBay for $100 because I really just wanted to have it and I really wanted to try it out and see how it was. So I bought that palette and the person was just sweet enough to send me the Kylie gloss in the shade Like. So I thought that was really cool, so I'm like, might as well try on the gloss as well. I've never tried any of the glosses because I was never really interested in her glosses. I had just heard so many mixed reviews and I was like, you know, I'm not really that interested in her glosses. But I'm gonna try it out today. The wand is completely fine, just saying. Oh, this is like a darker gloss. I thought it was gonna be a little lighter. Cool, okay. We're gonna go with it. The smell? I don't like it. It smells exactly like her liquid lipsticks, but the pigmentation of these glosses is severe in a good way. Looks good. You know who I think would look really good with this gloss color? Patrick. I think he would love this. The gloss feels very nice. It's very pigmented. It's not sticky whatsoever. It feels very smooth and it goes on very opaque right away, which I like. Honestly, I have nothing bad to say about the gloss other than the smell. I don't know how long they last on my lips because I just put it on right now. Not too shabby. I like it. And that is it for today's video, guys. Hope it was helpful for you guys. If you guys were interested in buying the KYSHADOW palette, I'm not telling you guys to buy it or not. I'm just letting you guys know what my opinions are on the palette. So if you guys want to buy it, hell yeah, more power to you. If you guys don't want to, all good as well. But yeah, this is just my opinion on the palette. Do I like it? Yeah, I like it. I think it's a pretty good palette, but do I think it's worth $42 in my personal opinion? I don't. It's a little bit more on the pricey side. But if you guys are interested in a bronze everyday palette that's very just neutral and not too crazy, it's a good palette for you guys. I'm gonna head out to LA now. I just got the palette today, so I wanted to review it really quickly, and then I have to go to LA. So I will see you guys very soon. Have a great rest of the night or day wherever you guys are. Let me know what you guys want to see next, and I will definitely get that out for you guys. But yeah, have a great rest of the night or day wherever you guys are, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye guys, I love you. Mwah. Okay, cool, so we're gonna go and Jasper is this one, and this is Topaz. Stop. There's a fucking lawnmower going on right now. Right fucking now at, what time is it? 5:30 at night? 5:30? Bitch, turn your fucking lawnmower off now.
So, as you can see, it's there's gloss on my teeth, I swear to God.
I just need a brush for it. I just need a brush for it. Wow, I'm a good singer. There's an ant! Ew. Ugh, I hate ants. What the fuck did I just do? And that is... No. Oh, it's all on my teeth? Cool. I'm smooth. The shade Shit Trying is a nice... Shit Trying? Bitch, it's been a long day. All you ladies pop, jump, but you know? Like that. Bitch has me shook to the fucking ground.